What's going on, everyone? Yeah, I know it's been almost a week since our loss to the Packers in overtime. 31-28 was the final. We had a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter. We were up 28 to 14, but our defense failed to make any kind of stops whatsoever to prevent the Packers from making big plays, whether it be the running game or the passing game. And we clearly paid for that. So I'm going to do my best to, sum it up. You know, who to really say who gets the blame. You can pretty much say, everyone in the front office, coaching staff, players, you name it. I guess you can say it's basically a team loss. To come out of the bye looking like that and our offense, especially Dak throwing those two picks, that's just pitiful, Dak. I don't care if Lamb or Schultz ran the wrong route. It's your job to at least see that it's that they're not running it right like it should, and you should just throw it away. Not risk turnover. And by throwing those turnovers, Packers took advantage of that. They scored 14 points off of that. Thankfully, we were able to tie it up at the half, but it shouldn't have been a tie. At worst, it would have been like what, maybe 17-7. Maybe we're up like 14-7 or something like that. I don't know. But you cannot give the Packers momentum. And for crying out loud, Dak, I don't know what it is with you and the Packers. You need to stop giving them fucking turnovers. You need to stop throwing picks against them. It seems like you like doing that, and I'm fucking tired of it. You need to step up your A game against Green Bay, for crying out loud. I don't care what record they are. And the fact that we still couldn't even beat them at 3-6 because they were on a 5-game losing streak. But you know what? Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, they still owned us, and they still didn't have a whole healthy team out there. They lost their best cornerback and I think their best pass rusher for the year. Cobb wasn't playing. But this Watson guy, who was a second-round rookie, managed to pretty much torch our defense, especially Brown. And I think Bland got torched on as well. And even Brown wasn't having that great of a game, but of course he couldn't come back because of concussion. It was nice to see Joseph get his chance to start. He allowed a 22-yard completion on the second and 22. He had maybe one potentially great play that could have been even better. He forced a fumble on Aaron Jones, but he somehow recovered it, and at least it would have prevented them from tying with us in the fourth quarter. But the whole defense, especially the secondary and the run defense, which is still horrendous, failed to make any kind of containment or key stop to prevent the Packers from getting some good, chunk plays here and there. And so, yeah. In fact, I think Watson had, I think all the touchdowns were for him. I don't know. All I know is that Aaron Rodgers still managed to have a good game against us. We forced a fumble on him, but we didn't get any interceptions on him. I know that I think he didn't throw at Diggs or anything of that sort. So yeah, he was probably the only bright spot in that defense. But still, the run defense, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the linebackers not reacting well or the whole defensive line not maintaining their gap discipline, or DeMarcus Lawrence not really showing up. He had maybe one good run stop, but that's about it. Dude, I don't know what it is with you, but you are massively overpaid. You really don't make any kind of freaking key stop whatsoever that, gives the offense another chance to put some points or, sustain a drive to prevent, the Packers and Rodgers from getting any kind of chance to score. So, yeah. I don't know what it is. And Quinn, for crying out loud, you need to start being a fucking stubborn asshole and give Jabril Cox a chance to start. I've said this numerous times. What does it hurt to fucking start him? Do you have something against him? How else is he going to learn when he's just fucking sitting on that bench doing nothing? Sure, his tackling may not be perfect, but you know what? He can learn on that. He also provides very good coverage ability. So if you're going to go into nickel, that would be a perfect time to have Jabril Cox in that field, covering somebody. I don't know what it is, but you need to fucking give him a chance and stop making him inactive. I'm sure with an ACL injury, it shouldn't take that long to fucking recover from. Okay? Give him a fucking chance, Quinn. And stop fucking, relying on your veterans when they can't even make, key stops like they used to or make any kind of plays that are going to be impactful in the long run. You need to give the young guys a fucking chance for once and quit being fucking Rod Marinara with his idiotic decisions and his stubbornness to always, to give the younger guys a chance, That's the thing I didn't like about him. But that's a whole nother story. And Karen moron, if the run game is working, you fucking stick with it. You don't try to fucking think you can outsmart the opponent and get cute. Well, it doesn't fucking work. And you need to stick with what's working at times. I'm sorry, dude. You just have no feel for the game. You don't know how to scheme effectively or smartly, for that matter. If anything, your fucking offense should just go in the college ranks, and I hope you're gone. But I'm pretty sure Jerry's going to sing his praises and go down on you and blow you so many damn times. Because he believes you're probably the new head coach in waiting, which I hope never happens, but I have a feeling this is going to be the same shit with Garrett yet again. It's just sad that the whole Cowboys organization, don't really bring me that much joy anymore. Yeah, sure, we're 6-3, but you know what? We could easily have a second half collapse based on what I just saw and the fact that run defense couldn't make any kind of containment, couldn't make the stops when it mattered the most, because when you make stops, key stops that, prevent the opposition offense from scoring, then you're doing something right. And we're ranked, maybe in the upper 20th, 27th, 28th against the run now, since we're allowing almost 200 yards rushing. I thought that was good. I thought the run defense was going to be improved from last year. Seems like that's not the case. I don't know if it's because Gallimore and Osa Digazola, or whatever the fuck his name is, they're not exactly the answer at tackles. The fact that we didn't even sign, Suh, and the Eagles signed him. The fact that Jerry is a fucking cheapskate asshole, not making any kind of fucking roster moves. Oh, we love our guys. You need to stop fucking loving your guys and at least get someone. I know that I'm starting to sound like a hypocrite, but get some kind of veteran, on the defensive tackle side that can at least help minimize those runs, up the middle, or maybe when they're running outside. And Quinn, you need to scheme effectively better for your linebackers to make tackles on the outside. It seems like they're going to do a lot of outside runs on us, and it's usually pretty successful, where it's like good for 5-6 yards. I don't know. You need to figure this shit out, Quinn. Otherwise, this is going to be the Mike Nolan collapse defense like I saw in 2020, where we 31st against the run and we couldn't make any kind of key stops whatsoever. So who knows? I know I sound all over this place in my analysis of the game, but goodness gracious. Couldn't even beat the Packers when they were easily wounded, and yet they took advantage of it. And Rodgers and the Packers still own us, even with their former head coach as our head coach. Just so many mistakes, so many missed opportunities, so much dumb shit going on. Why should I be surprised that's the Cowboys' way? And yeah, I'll admit the refs really kind of fucked us. They should have made some calls like that 4th and 4 where I felt like Lamb was interfered with, but yeah, they didn't call it. So yeah, the Packers definitely like to blow the fucking Packers, especially Rodgers, where they go down on him and probably blow him and all this other bullshit. So yeah, I know I'm sounding over this place, but I guess it doesn't matter because the refs are, the whole NFL is definitely against Jerry and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. But we got Vikings tomorrow, and they're definitely a better team than the Packers. They have Dalvin Cook, they have Justin Jefferson. They have an offense that's very capable of moving the ball, whether it be on the ground or in the passing game. They're capable of doing that, and they can do some serious damage to us, just like the Packers did to us. So the defense better step it up. Quinn better step it up in his scheme. Otherwise, it's going to be the same shit all over again, and we're going to probably look at a second half collapse where we probably don't even make the playoffs, or if we do, we barely make it at 9-10 games, that we win total, maybe? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with the whole front office and the coaching staff and the players themselves. Because coming out of the bye looking like that, that's fucking inexcusable. And if I was the head coach, this would be unacceptable, and I would actually cut a few players that are just not performing just not performing the way they should. So there you go. If we play smart football, we don't make any dumb mistakes, we're definitely capable of winning the Vikings game, the Giants game, and so many other games going forward if we don't or maintain our gap discipline in the run game. So there you go. I have no idea if I'm going to cover anything after on the Vikings game or even the Giants game. Maybe the Giants game, depending on, how everything unfolds there. But yeah. So I think that's going to do it for me. I have no idea what to expect, but if we have something similar like this and we lose, I'm not going to be surprised. I can have a little bit of a vent and a rant, but I don't want to yell or bark because that's just going to be a waste of my time, and yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. So anyway, that's going to do it for me. Maybe I'll see you in the next video, whenever that be, and we'll go from there. So okay, I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.